Good evening. Welcome to Oakcrest High School's Back to School Night. My name is Mr. Guyon, and I am your child's physics teacher. I started off this presentation with a picture of a composition notebook because we are starting the year off with digital notebooks. So it's very similar to what you would have in the classroom, only now everything's going to be added to the student's digital notebook, and we're going to have a different digital notebook for every topic that we teach. So that notebook will have everything with the links. It will have questions. Even some homework assignments we'll put in there, projects, things of that nature, things that will help them if they ever need to go back and study from it for a test or, the progress assessment at the end of each marking period. They can go back and look at the digital notebook and get any information that they might need. Just to give you some background information about myself, this slide here, this is an About Me slide. We did this, all the students did this on the first day of school. They had to make a slide about themselves. This is my slide about me. So it kind of gives you an idea of some of the things that I'm interested in. My family is also pictured there as well. I have two kids. I have a 6-year-old daughter and a 12-year-old son. So I graduated college in 2004 from Rowan University with a degree in physics, and then I started working here in 2004 as well. So I've been working here for this is my 17th year of teaching. And then in the meantime, I also got my master's in special education from Stockton University. So let's go over the physics syllabus. Okay, some classroom expectations. Be respectful, be responsible, and be ready. Okay, respectful, that's an important one with this online learning because we're kind of distant from each other. We're all in our own homes, so sometimes we forget that our classmates are also on the other end of that microphone. So we got to make sure that when we turn our microphones on and we talk, that we're respectful to everybody that is listening. Be responsible. Come prepared. Okay, have your notebook ready to go, your digital notebook, have your Chromebooks ready to go, and make sure that the students sign on time. I know we've had a lot of issues where class starts let's say 10:30 and kids are not signing on until 10:33, 10:35, and at that point they're missing a little bit of instruction, usually what we're doing that day, and then they're a little bit lost. So try to get them to sign on a little bit early. I always sign on about 5 minutes early to class, so that way if anybody else signs on, I'm there. You can ask any questions or anything like that. Grading policy, this is the same grading policy for the whole school. It's tests and projects are 50%, assignments are 40%, and progress assessment is 10%. Late work, this is also a district-wide policy. Due dates will be announced and posted for all assignments. 25% off for 1 day late, 50% off for 2 days late, and then assignments not accepted after 2 days late. Now, obviously, this is a resource level class. All of the students in this class have an IEP, and in that IEP, for the majority of them, it has extended time. So we're going to be very lenient with this. Obviously, it's going to be based off of that IEP and what accommodations are in place for each individual student. Okay, absenteeism. While we're distance learning, they are expected to sign on every day when we have class through the Google Meet link. And if they don't sign on, they are marked absent. But even if they are marked absent, they can still go on to the site that day. The assignment will always be listed on Google Classroom, and they can complete that assignment for that day. So there really should be no reason why assignments aren't being completed, even if they do miss a class period. And if you are going to be absent for an extended period of time, or if a student's going to be absent for an extended period of time, please reach out to me via email as soon as possible and just let me know what I can do to kind of help them through that process, and we'll make a plan for each individual situation. Okay. Chromebooks, just make sure that they're ready to go and always charged at night so that they have them for class. Online meeting etiquette. It says when entering a video meeting, your microphone should be muted. Your video should be on. so that I can see you. Now that is something that I like. I like to be able to see everybody's face, but at the same time, I understand that people don't want to be sitting there with their face on the screen for the entire period, and that's fine with me. So I tell everybody that you can turn off your camera if you need to, and then every once in a while I'll do a chat check where I ask them to either turn on their mic and say hello, or their camera, they can flick their camera on and off just so I know that you're still there. Or they can type in the chat just a hello, I'm here, something like that. So that way we know that the student is still engaged in whatever's going on in the lesson. Okay. And then when we get back into school in a couple, hopefully in a week or two, we'll be able to follow the in-school learning through, if you're late to class, obviously disciplinary action will happen if it happens repeatedly. Cutting class, discipline issues, you'll get a referral. The students will get a referral if they cut class often, but they can also lose credit for that class. So it's important for them to be there on time and not cut class so that they don't lose credit for that class period. And obviously cell phones, gaming systems, iPods, stuff like that are discouraged from class and should not be used. Okay, typical class. So a virtual class and an in-person class are going to be very similar this year. In virtual, sign on to the Google Meet session using the link in the Google Classroom. The students are given a warm-up activity or a question to get them started. And then we do the lesson, activity, lab, whatever it is for that day, and then usually some kind of closing activity. And if they don't finish that closing activity within the time frame, they then have to finish it for homework. Okay, in person is going to be similar to that. Come to class on time, just like signing into the Google Meet on time. We'll have a warm-up activity, lesson, activity, or lab for the day, and closing activity as well. So both are very similar, just different atmospheres. Okay, and then we have PhET labs. So this year, because of COVID, we really can't do a lot of hands-on labs in the classroom because a lot of them take more than one person. We can't have more than one person at a lab station. So if we do a lab, it's going to be a one-person lab. If we don't do it in the classroom, we will use a lot of these PhET simulations where students can kind of see physics through the simulations. So I'm going to play that video just as I talk here, just to kind of show you what it's like. So this is like a roller coaster lab that we'll do later on. This is static electricity lab. Lots of hands-on stuff. Okay, so that gives you the idea. You can always Google search PhET labs. There's all kinds of simulations that students will be able to do through their Chromebooks or in the classroom. Teacher contact. So this is my email address. Students can feel free to email me anytime they need anything. Also in the Google Classroom, if it's a specific assignment they have a question about, they can go right on the Google Classroom, go under that assignment, and send me a private message right through there so I know what assignment they're talking about, and I can help them through any issues that they have. And then listed at the bottom here is Miss Caffrey. She is our paraprofessional, and she'll be in the class every day as well. So have a good night. Hopefully it's a great year this year, and I'm looking forward to teaching the kids. Thank you.